Well, here we are at Zion National Park, and look at this. Kind of reminds me of the Grand Canyon a little bit. Pretty gnarly, pretty excited.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I'm looking very forward to this. I've hiked this trek before, but it was a long time ago, and it was before I really started shooting videos and documentaries, so I just wanted to do it again with Will, get some really good footage this time, show what this place is all about. If I remember correctly, it's kind of like Grand Canyon meets the Sierra, you know, it's a mixture of both. So if anybody's ever heard of the subway in Zion, there's a couple of rappels, so I got an 80-foot rope in my pack, and we got water shoes just in case, but the ranger said that the water is very cold and wetsuits are basically mandatory.
Dry suits and wetsuits are mandatory. Not only that, the flow of the water is so extreme right now. People are getting flushed down through the real narrow section of the subway like rag dolls, apparently.
Yep.
So we're gonna, you know, right now it's not looking good, but we're gonna still hike down to the first rappel, check the water temperature, check the flow, and then make a decision on what we're gonna do. And just maybe too, we'll bump into somebody that has some more local knowledge about what it's like down in the subway. But we're gonna check it out. But right now it's looking frightening, looking scary. But I'm looking forward to it. But we don't want to die either, and we're very careful about this stuff.
Yep.
But I'm excited. I'm excited about doing the through hike. Anyway, we got about 60 miles through terrain that looks like that.
Yeah.
Up, down, small canyons, green, pine trees. Can't beat it.
No, awesome, man. First camp's going to be along Laverkin Creek somewhere tonight. So we got about, I think, 4 or 5 miles to do. So, ready?
Right, I'm ready. Let's do it, man.
Let's do it, brother. Let's go.
Excellent. Let's go. We had a storm system come through a few days ago, and it had a lot of wind with it, and it had quite a bit of moisture. And you can see this is the flash flood, or the storm flood, and it came down here pretty good. But looking at this, I mean, you know, it's a good sign at least that it was really bad a few days ago, and they did have the subway closed. It was closed.
Yep.
They didn't let any canyoneer people do it. Just done. And this is our first you know, graphic example of what was coming down. But anyway, you know, keep our fingers crossed and keep trucking, and we'll see what we have in a few days.
Gotta get lucky, gotta get that done. A little bit of luck's never hurt no one. Come on, take me down, 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 down. I'm in a cold sweat. Lord, don't let me drown, 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 drown. Mother soul.
You can see our campsite right through the trees right there, right on the side of Laverkin Creek. Awesome little spot though right here. Look at this. climbed up through this canyon and got up on this little point on this bluff here to where you can see the whole canyon and the arch. I mean, we're just gonna have lunch right here. This is an awesome spot. There's the arch up there. And just look at this view all the way around. Will's probably doing something funny behind me.
Beautiful up there. Gorgeous.
Yeah, just awesome. I mean, look at this. This is really, Zion is very, very unique terrain. Just, I don't even have words for it.
Well, I do. It's
unbelievable.
Yet again, my destiny is that I've got to carry 8 liters of water. The rest of the water up there is contaminated, but carry 8 liters for a couple of miles or Giardia, I'll carry it.
Exactly. So we're gonna carry water for about 2 miles to our next camp. It's not too bad. We got about maybe a 500-foot climb over 2 miles. Big deal. We've done a lot worse, so. But we gotta make the water last for 2 nights because I just don't feel like filtering crap Giardia water in Hop Valley where cows shit and piss in it all summer long, so just gonna stay away from it. We started our climb up to Hop Valley.
The first thing I thought when I put my pack on was, unbelievable. It reminds me of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, it does, man.
Nothing sacred, nothing left undone. When nothing's simple, then nothing's learned. So take me down to the Virgin Spring, wash away my soul.
Hop Valley finally made it. You could see the water down in there that we're not gonna drink, but our campsite's about a half mile away from us.
So I can see. Come on, take me down, 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 down. I'm in a cold sweat. Yeah, don't let me drown, 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 drown in another soul. Not yet. I think I found my motherland.
Camp tonight, Site B, Hop Valley. Clean feet, clean socks. Stink foot is a no-no. Awesome campsite, huh? One more time. Keep your feet clean. See? Fine. I just wore these for a day and a half, and they were rank.
Okay, kids. Can't Hike 55 says, keep your feet clean. That's good. I only got a day and a half on mine. My feet are not clean, but they are not dirty. But I'll probably wait another week or so, and then I'll clean my feet.
They're so clean, I'll just wrap them on the head with my dirty.
Dude, that hurt, dude. Do it again. Let me make sure it hurt. This is a really nice campsite, though, and there is really good Giardia water over there that he washed his socks in. That's why we had to carry 8 liters of water up here. So, you know, clean feet, but with amoebic...
I got Giardia on my feet until they're dry. Then I'm good.
Yeah, so Giardia on the feet until they're dry, and then they're good. But this is a really nice campsite. It's not bad.
I had some worse bacteria on my feet than Giardia, though.
Yeah, I think I have some pretty bad bacteria on my boucher, but anyway, that's for another video.
Yeah, got my nice pair of dry socks that I haven't had to wash yet. I also have another pair of socks too that I carry as backup because these damn desert hikes, you can't wash your feet. Camp soap, camp soap.
I woke up this morning thinking about Squeaks and thinking about the cold because Chris Safford, also known as Squeaks the Super Hiker, most likely camped right where I'm camping.
Yep.
And our friend Squeaks is just having a few health issues right now, and we know he's gonna do just fine. But I just can't help but think about Squeaks the Hiker Man right here.
Yep. He was with me when I first did this trek in 2013. And unfortunately, yeah, like Will said, he's having some health problems and couldn't make it out here. But so we camped right here in the same spot. Here's to you, Squeaks.
Yep, here's to you, Squeaks. We know you'll be out here on the next one, brother.
We'll see you soon.
Woo!
This is a really cool, unique 3-mile stretch, little micro environment in Hop Valley, and humans can only camp in designated spots.
Right, I'm just wondering why, though, there are so many restrictions on me and not the animals. As a human being, and I'm happy to do it, but I have to go through all kinds of funny procedures to take a dump. But you know what amazes me is at the national parks, they let the cattle come in Hop Valley and just do whatever they want. They can eat whatever they want, they can crap wherever they want. It should be at least shut down from cattle.
Feels like we're running out of time. Every day it seems much harder telling right from wrong. You got to read between the lines. Don't get discouraged. Don't be afraid. We can make it through another day. Make it worth the price we pay.
Where you actually leave the very choked out end of Hop Valley, you just start climbing up this fire road right here. Up, 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 all the way to Colob Terrace. It's pretty steep, rocky. I think we got about a 500-foot climb.
I keep my magic in my heart. Keep up your spirit. Keep up your faith, baby. I am counting on you. You know what you got to do.
CRB stands for Corey Ray Buxton. I guess he didn't make it up and out of Hop Valley on that date right there. So this bench is here for a memorial to him.
And you know what? Coming up, it's nice to have.
That climb is steep, huh?
Right. And you know what? Corey paid for his life for this bench.
So that we could take a break.
But you know, the temperature changes up here are so extreme, you could get yourself in trouble really quick here.
You're the master of your own destiny. So give and take the best that you can.
Welcome to the top, Colob Terrace right here, brother.
Colob Terrace, it's good to get to the top. Guess what I was listening to on the way up?
What?
Some Alanis Morissette.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what? I would never admit that unless I'm on a hike like this with these views. Because you know what? When I'm back in the city, I swear to God, I'm not playing Alanis Morissette. I swear to God. So don't get any ideas. But yeah, nice.
He's lying. He plays Alanis Morissette all the time in the car. On the drives out to our hikes and trailheads, he always, dude, put some Alanis on, dude. So
no, you know what, dog? No, if I'm in the city, I listen to Tori Amos, something like that.
That cliff wall way in the back is Colob Canyon, where Lavercan Creek is. And then right down through there is where we camped last night in Hop Valley.
Coming up to Camp 3 right now. Looking forward to getting to camp today and kind of mentally preparing myself for the temperature of the water and the subway tomorrow.
Look at our camp tonight right above Colob Terrace. So far this is my favorite camp. Such an awesome view. I got a time-lapse shot going on the slider, as you can see. Look at the view we got.
Nothing is easy, nothing good is free, but I can tell you where to start. Take a look inside your heart. There's an answer in your heart. Fight the good fight every moment, every minute, every day. Fight the good fight every moment. Make it worth the price we pay. Every moment of your lifetime, every minute, every day. Fight the good fight every moment. Make it worth the price we pay.
Well, hopefully it's going to pop tonight. Got a time lapse going right there. And a little bit of cloud cover came in. We haven't had any clouds, so hopefully this is going to be beneficial to some of the photography techniques that we be using.
10-4 on that.
But look at that view. What do you think about that, John? I mean,
Yeah.
isn't that crazy?
This is my favorite view so far of the trip. I like long vista views like this. Campsites like this are my favorite. Ones where I can actually get a time-lapse shot like this. You get great pictures. These clouds might pop. Last night we were in a valley. Hop Valley is awesome, don't get me wrong. But we were just cliff on both sides, and it was maybe, what, 200 yards apart?
Right.
So we were just socked in, and the cliffs were, what, 500 feet high?
Yep.
And we didn't get any of this last night. Pretty much the whole trip until now.
Leaving Camp 3?
Leaving Camp 3.
What are we doing today?
Well, you know what? We're in Utah. We're not in New York City, but I think we're going to be taking the subway today. Hold on while I put my lipstick on. But we're going to be taking the subway.
We're taking the subway today. Here's the plan. We packed up Camp 3. We got about a 1.5 mile hike, 2 tops, to get to tonight's camp. Then we're gonna drop everything we don't need to go down the subway.
Yep.
And then go down the subway, go to the bottom trailhead, and hitch a ride back up to where our stuff is, because the road is actually pretty close to where we're gonna drop all of our stuff and where Camp 4 is going to be.
Inside our packs here, we have dry bags that we are taking, so we're going to take everything out that we don't need, our tents, you know, stuff like that. Extra camera equipment, we're gonna stash that and hide it up here near the trail. And then inside our backpacks, we're only going to have a dry bag that has essentials like warm clothes, a jacket, a nice
all
lunch.
Clothes, actually.
I brought all my clothes too. So if we do become hypothermic down there, and that's an extreme possibility.
Oh yeah.
We're going to have a full set of dry clothes, thermals, and a jacket. So, I mean, if it gets crazy dangerous, we're going to be able to stop, get all our clothes out, and warm up.
Yeah.
I'll leave you with this. We know for sure that the National Park Service people said you need a wetsuit and a dry suit this time of year. We know that.
They told us that, yeah.
And
she said the water's probably high 30s, low 40s.
Right.
Because it's straight snow melt right now. It's, you know, end of April.
So I'll tell you what, you're in for a good video.
All right, man. Just a crazy day today.
I'll say it's beyond crazy.
Beyond crazy. We're just got dropped off by Lucas and Dylan.
Right.
We met down there in the subway, and we're at Wildcat Trailhead now. So that means our camp is about 1.5 miles down this trail. Yep. So we cut off 6 miles of road walking.
Well, it's not really a camp. It's where we hit our gear. So
we're going to make camp pretty close.
So we're going to have some daylight left to find our gear, make camp. But yeah, what a day. You did a great job today, Johnny.
Thank you.
I mean, man, I know you were hurting. Thank you. No, I was too. I mean, we were completely hypothermic.
Completely.
And like I said earlier, I mean, everybody's doing technical repels, and we were doing hand repels. We're not, by no means, expert canyoneers.
First time I've ever hand repelled.
Right. I mean, what an adventure. I know you guys are going to love the video. But we did it. We dropped in. We stuck with it. We found heart when we were ready to give up and completely frozen. Yeah. When we were underwater swimming with packs.
I was almost there, you guys. You guys saw me shaking uncontrollably.
Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to truck to camp, make camp, eat, do a little talking. Yep. You really did good too. I'm proud of you, man.
I appreciate that.
And go to sleep.
Yep.
But I mean, this was the video.
Hell of a day.
Will not be able to show how intense and how crazy today was.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the craziest. I mean, I'll tell you what. In terms of hiking, craziest hiking day I've ever had in my life. The most dangerous. The most dangerous.
Right.
The most technical.
Right.
And the coldest. Because I've been in snowfields with Johnny.
And adventurous.
Right.
That was cool shit we were seeing down there.
Right, underwater.
Here we go. Subway route starting right now. Huh?
Subway, man, I'm jazzed. I'm pumped. Our stuff is stashed over here, about 500-600 yards. We're going to end up camping right over here with this view tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Packs are super light.
Packs are way light.
Dry sack in the back.
Yeah.
Climbing shoes. We got rope, everything that we need. So I'm excited.
You ready?
Hand over that camera, and I'm going to turn it right over to my friend Johnny. How you feeling?
Super excited. Super. This is it. This is probably going to be some of the best part of the trip, other than finishing up at Angel's Landing, but really been looking forward to this day. So it's on right now, brother.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
It's on.
Can't hike 55? Food chain. Going to the subway.
Not New York.
No.
Who are you to wave your finger? You must have been out your head. I hold deep in muddy waters. You practically raised the dead.
Well, I'll tell you what, the morning started off pretty easy. We started right here, what about 10, 12 hours ago?
Yep.
We hiked, I don't know, 2-3 miles down to the first rappel. I will admit this, and I like to be honest, the subway was more challenging than I thought it was going to be.
You must have been high. You must have been high. You must have been.
you do me a favor though? When you refer to me though, will you refer to me not as Will, but Trail Shug?
Trail Shug and I. Sorry, Trail Shug and I. No, we're just saying there's an energy in the air. Stoked, dropping down the slick rock, and we're about halfway down now to the first rappel. So excited. Never been on this part of the trek before.
Beautiful terrain.
Yep. So this is all new and just like I said, there's a buzz, man. Huh?
It's getting ready to drop in, man.
Let's do it.
God, talk about unbelievable. This is unbelievable times a million.
All joking and right. Oh, that was awesome. Aside, if you plan to do the subway, just really do your homework. You can freeze to death. You can shatter a leg, snap a leg, or die in there. It's no joke.
Crazy. We haven't even made it to the rappel yet. We gotta just drop down this cliff. Look at that. Oh my God. We gotta drop down that. Well, we made it to our first rappel. There's the anchor points right there. We're just gonna go over the top of the boulder and down onto the sandbar right there. So Will's elected to go first, he said. So here we go. Rappels and subway, start now.
Unbelievable!
Here we go, brother.
Yeah, once we did the first 25-foot rappel and pulled the line through the anchor point, there's no going back up. And that's what we said. We're committed. So we had to do it. We had to go. But it was painful, cold, hypothermic. Our tents and everything were up here. So we had to make it back.
Yep.
We had to make it back.
All right, first rappel done. That was it, over the boulder right there. So
yeah, it looked like you were having fun up there, Johnny.
That was fun, man. That was a blast. You know, I've rappelled before with Matthew on the L2H, but that was full harness, and you needed harness on that one because they were 80-foot drops. But I mean, little 20-footers like this, and then I think our biggest one is a 30-footer.
Right.
You can hand line, you can make it down easily. So, but first one by myself, my own rope, everything, awesome.
Right, and there's just a commitment factor. I mean, we pulled the rope through.
Yeah.
So,
as soon as you pull the rope through the anchor, you're committed now to go the rest of the way.
Anyway, hey, let's hit rappel number 2. Boom.
Number 2 coming up.
All right, number 2.
Okay, well, here comes our first fully submerged part here. It looks like, you know, we're going to be fully submerged right here in the hole, but then right about in here is where we're going to be about waist deep for the rest of the way. So
What is that, a 20-foot swim?
Yeah.
If that?
If that, not terrible.
Looking forward to that, brother?
This is gonna be so cold.
Dude, so
I mean, this is snow melt.
This camera's going away now. This is my Nikon that I'm filming on, and it's all GoPro.
Going in.
Until we're done with the swimming.
Yep, let's get it done.
All right, here we go. Swimming coming up.
All right, so I'm going into the first swim right now, and here in the subway, and I'm just gonna get it done. I got my neoprene gloves on, water shoes, neoprene socks, and I'm just gonna go. I'm probably gonna fall, slip on the moss. It's gonna be ugly, you know, but I'm just going for it. Here we go.
Here we go. We got our water shoes on. That's all we got. Most everybody doing this has wetsuits on. We don't. We didn't want to carry the weight because
I heard Johnny saying back there, everybody's got wetsuits on except us. Anyway, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, that's cold. Numbing cold.
Oh man, this is not good.
Oh. Just gotta go for it, dude. You'll touch, don't worry. You won't even go above your head.
Ready or not, here comes the boys for the sound. Here comes the ready or not. How you like me now? I say we rep the South. So what you talking about? I'm not running out my mouth. I know this without a doubt. Cause if you know these streets, then these streets know you. And when it's time to handle business, then we know what to do. Me and my crew, we stay true, old school and new.
That's what I was saying. It's numbing cold. Now you know what. Everybody wears wetsuits. Dude. Oh my God. You just go for it again, dude. It's inevitable.
My breath is gone. I'm fucking hypothermia, man.
Here's the second water. Just going for it. Oh. Oh God. And then you come up your little shelf here and it's just so slippery you can't get any traction. Oh. 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 Dude, my breath is gone. All right, I'm gonna turn this off and get warm.
Yeah, I gotta get warm. No more camera, I don't care. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Wild day, man.
Wild day, and it was cold. That water was so cold, it just take the life out of you. As soon as you jump in, you can't breathe, your hands don't work, you can't think. All you know is you want to get out.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That was the coldest I've ever been in my life. That was the most I have ever shaken, and it was uncontrollable and excruciatingly numb, pain at the same time, and just all the above.
Right there. What we got to go down now is that. Somehow. Right now we're in the slot part of the canyon. And just gonna zoom and get it done. How you holding up, Johnny? I'm gonna turn the camera off here.
Dude, I'm freezing.
Right.
I'm freezing right now.
That's why we can't stop. We just gotta keep going. Turning the camera off. Whoa! Fuck! Fuck, that's cool. Oh my God. We're gonna have to run the rope around that right there and go down. It's only 10 feet, but we gotta do it, dude. There's no going back. Come on, man, you're gonna do okay.
I was scared after the second water swim because I couldn't stop shaking, and Will saw it in my eyes. I just had to stop and warm up.
But it was scary because you had to keep going to get out of there.
Yeah.
Yep, just go for it. You got it, man. You're doing great. All right, come on up right here. Yeah, turning the camera off. This is getting real.
One of our rappels was an 8-foot rappel into the water that was overhead. And that was our second water drop. So after our first water drop, so we were already cold. And knowing that we had to rappel into the ice water again was, I don't know if I got footage of it, but that was probably
and then swim.
The point right there where I was questioning, wow.
Right, and you're committed, you have to go. All right, you holding up, Johnny?
Barely, I'm fucking freezing.
I mean, we're at the point where it's no joke.
Hypothermic. Right on the edges of being hypothermic.
Yeah. All right, slippery though, be careful, bro. Trying to avoid these deep pockets of the water. All right, camera off. We got sunlight right over there.
Okay, we just got done with the second climb. I'm freezing. You can see.
Yeah, no, a few battle wounds coming down this last one here.
Yep. Will got that on the last little. We had a little tiny rappel to do into the last swim, but there was no camera work. We just wanted to get through it. We're freezing.
So why don't you? Here's what we're gonna do. Why don't you put your jacket on, man? And we'll go to the next rappel.
Yeah. I'm gonna put my jacket on, and I gotta get some heat.
Yeah, turn off that camera, man.
I just wanted everyone to see how truly cold I am.
That water's so freezing.
I can't control my shaking right now, which is good. It's when the shaking stops that it's bad. But yeah, my body's warming itself right now. We just found this ledge with sun, and we're just warming the sun.
More battle wounds going on here.
Yeah. Anyway, out to the next one.
Yeah.
Woo. Alright, man. So some other subwayers caught up to us, and one of the guys, I mean, I've been shivering for half an hour straight, and he let me use his wetsuit jacket to kind of keep warm through the last little swim that we did, and it's really helping out because Will and I are both concerned right now about me.
Yeah.
Will's not so bad.
I've got more body fat, obviously, and
I mean, not me though, but
yeah, no, real bad. I mean,
yeah.
crazy.
I'm finally, just now, after a half an hour straight of shaking, finally getting toned down. So we're gonna hold up and give this jacket back to the guy that let me borrow it. All right, bud. What's your name?
Tanner.
Tanner. Thank you so much, buddy.
No problem. I'm glad you made it out alive.
Thank you.
Ready or not, how you like me now? Is that all you got? I'll take your best shot. Is that all you got? I'll take your best shot. Is that all you got? I'll take your best shot.
I think camera was rolling when it happened, but my GoPro tumbled off the last rappel. Tumbled off the cliff, bloop, right in the water. Don't know if it's gonna work.
Without its
Hopefully,
case, without its waterproof case.
without its waterproof case. It fell out of the case and just boom, boom, hit like 2 or 3 times along the cliff and right into the water and down below on the last rappel. And guy picked it up real quick, thank God, but hopefully the footage is still intact. That's all I care about. I don't care about the camera. I just hope the SD card footage. So hopefully it was rolling and you guys can see that right now as I'm talking about it.
We've made it down the subway, all of the technical rappels. We just did the 30-foot rappel.
The highest one in the canyon.
Yeah. So let me tell you, there's no milk in it on this one. The subway, you need to be prepared. You need to know how to rappel, either hand rappel or technical rappel.
technical.
It's very technical, and there are a lot of other little things you got to go down that are technical. I mean, it's bouldering, scrambling with super cold water.
Super cold.
Right, and the hand rappel, I mean, seriously, there are 2 hand repels. If you slip and you lose it, you're done. You're just done.
Yep. And the thing about it is, the hand rappel is actually easy. As you saw on the first hand rappel, that was easy. It was cake. We dropped down. I mean, it was high. It was cool, but you know, once you do the water traverses and swim, and you start shaking and getting cold, then the hand rappels become a lot harder because you're shaking and your muscles aren't working to full capacity, and that last one was hard.
Yeah, it was hard because you get down, then there's a little ledge at the bottom. But anyway, we're good. Let's get out of here.
I'll take your best shot. I'll take your best shot. It's how you got. Well, it's alright. It's alright. I'll take your best shot. It's how you got. Well, it's alright. It's alright. I'll take your best shot. It's how you got. Well, it's alright. It's alright. I'll take your best shot. It's how you got. Well, it's alright. It's alright. I'll take your best shot. It's how you got. I'll take your best shot. Take your best shot. Take your best shot. It's all you got. I'll take your best shot. Take your best shot. Take your best shot. Here comes the ready or not. Here comes the boys from the south. Here comes the ready or not. How you like me now? I say. Here comes the boom. Ready or not. Here comes the boys from the south. Here comes the boom. Ready or not. How you like me now?
Anyway, so we do all of that. Crazy rappels, hand rappels. And we get to the end, and then we have a couple of mile scramble through the water, through the boulders. And then when you get to the end of that, then you get to climb back up out of that canyon. So
500
we had like
feet.
500 foot switchback, and that's 500 feet, really short. It's basically straight up.
Crazy day.
All right, this is the second to the last part of our day so far. That's been crazy off the charts.
Yeah.
We're climbing up to the left fork trailhead, and it's a climb.
Well, yeah, you know, after the subway and all of that stuff, now we've got a big climb. One thing's for sure, go hiking with 55 and chain, we'll find you a talus chute to climb on.
And the whole time we're climbing, we're contemplating on if we got a 6-mile road hike to do back to here. You know, not knowing if that whole thing was going to go.
That would have sucked.
Well, there's the canyon we just came down through, the subway. Almost to the top of this thing. Woo! Almost to the top! All right, there's Lucas, man. We were walking with him the last part of that crazy climb out of Left Fork, right?
Yes, sir.
There's Dylan, our driver, drove us back to Wildcat.
Yeah. Oh, that would have sucked out there.
Hey, man, really appreciate it, guys. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Absolutely.
Thanks for the ride. Our camp is a mile away now instead of 6 road walking. So,
Sure. Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks again, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I'm loving it.
So, all in all, though, a day for the books, man, for sure.
Yeah, day for the books, bro.
All right,
Yeah.
bro.
We're going to sleep good tonight.
Yeah. Out. Good night.
Yep. All right, this is the morning after the subway. And I grabbed my camera and came down here because Johnny skinned his GoPro that fell in the water yesterday. It didn't just fall in the water, it fell off of a 30-foot cliff into the water. Anyway, let's check that out, Johnny. First of all, what do you have to say about your GoPro? He's a GoPro hero.
We still have 3 cameras between us, though.
Yeah.
So, all's good. It just takes away some of my versatility of filming. But, oh, yeah, it was soaked completely. I put one of these oxygen absorbers down in the battery cavity all night last night, and it's drying out quite nice. I actually started it up, put a battery in, and it did turn on. And it was ready to go, and it registered that there was no SD card in there, so that's good.
Hold that up to the lens real quick.
But yeah, you can see the problem now is
don't
there's
have much
bubbles.
battery.
See the bubbles right in there in the lens? So I'm trying to evaporate the moisture underneath the lens right now.
Good luck with that. So but you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's shrinking big time.
Right. I guess the longer that moisture stays in there, the less chance it's ever going to come back to life.
So just trying to dry it out as we pack up camp. I'm trying to dry this thing out.
You know, come on, Trail Shug needs a clean lens.
Oh, cut.
Cut.
Okay, that's good.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Trail Shug here. Anyway, Friday, right? This is the second to last day.
Yep.
Kind of the last day. We've got like a 13 to 15 mile day today.
Yep.
This is the day after the subway. A little sore last night, but I'm feeling 100% today.
A little sore, but back to 100%.
Right.
Good sleep and good food.
Yeah.
After a day like that is essential. Right.
Well, at 5:45 a.m., you heard what I said in my tent. Kind of felt like I had a subway hangover.
Right.
Yeah.
Today, yeah, like Will said, man, we got 13 miles. We're gonna hit a spring. It's about 3 or 4 miles up trail in Wildcat Canyon. There's a spring there. We're gonna maybe take about 4 to 5 liters each. We got Camp 5 on the west rim tonight, and then tomorrow will be the last day, our last 6 or 7 miles down, including Angel's Landing. So
looking forward to it.
Follow the Moskwa down to Gonky Park, listening to the wind of change. August summer night, soldiers passing by, listening to the wind of change. That we could be so close, like brothers. The future's in the air.
there's the subway that we went down yesterday. Now you can see the magnitude of what we hiked down.
Last night on the trail, and we've got 50-mile-an-hour winds where you're exposed right here. It's beautiful. Well, this GoPro, out of its case, no waterproof case, rolled down a 35-foot cliff and went down at least 2 feet in the water.
This is insane. If this is working right now, and I do continue to get more shots, I'm going to go ahead and use it, and hopefully it's a good picture. You can never tell with the preview on the smartphone. It's always crap preview, no matter what. So I can't tell how good it is, but hopefully I got my camera back.
Change blows straight into their phase of time.
Almost to camp in those trees.
We ring the freedom bell for peace of mind. Playing your bala like I sing what my guitar wants to sing.
I mean, this site is top notch. Camp 5 West Rim, the shit. That's looking east. The Narrows and the Virgin River and the main canyon are right down there. But look at this to the west. Take you for a ride and check out this view.
Alright, the sky's blowing up. What do you think, Johnny?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Blowing up.
Yeah.
Look at the sky. Look at that up there. Look at that.
Everywhere, all around us.
Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night where the children of tomorrow dream away in the wind of change.
You know, we're having like 50, 60 mile an hour gusts coming in on us. And it's blowing in this fine sand. I mean, you look at that right there. I mean, everything's just coated in it. And some of the gusts I think are blowing 70 miles an hour at least. You can hear them coming. And that fine grain Zion dust, basically sand, is just coming right through the mesh of both John's tent and my tent. So
I'm chewing it right now.
yeah, it's crazy. And so it comes and goes. You get like 5 minutes, the wind's not too bad, and then it just comes in with a vengeance. I mean, I could taste sand. It's up my nose, it's in my face, it's in my sleeping bag. Anyway, that's it. Out for now. Hope I can sleep tonight. It's our last night on the trail, so it's a good way. What do you think, Johnny? You having fun over there?
Yep, getting sandblasted.
Johnny said if you can't hear, he's getting sandblasted. All right, I'm out. I hear another one coming.
What'd you think of last night, buddy?
Well, we had winds of 50, 60 miles an hour, but the worst part was this fine grain sand that, you know, the particulates were probably like flour that size.
Yep.
Blowing right through my screen.
Yeah.
All night long.
Had a ton of it, the same thing.
All night long. We were getting hammered. We were getting hammered.
Sandblasted, if you want to say that. Yeah.
Sandblasted up there. Cold temperatures, and this morning we can see. I mean, we packed up real quick.
We've already hiked a mile,
in. Right?
And you can see we're hiking in our down jackets and beanies. It's cold. You can see the clouds. Storm is definitely blowing in.
I mean, that's rain and snow right there.
Yeah, it was windy all night long.
Right, and we're at 7,500 feet right here, and you can see it's definitely snow blowing in. This was, you would hear it coming.
Microburst.
Right, you would hear it coming, and you're like, oh my God, what's that? And it would literally take 30 seconds to get to you.
Yeah.
Louder and louder and louder, and then you get sandblasted.
Yep, it was crazy.
Oh man.
For sure the craziest wind I've ever been in.
Yeah, crazy wind.
On the trail.
Crazy
on the trail.
Oh, I feel drops. Let's get going.
All right, here we go.
Dude,
Last 6 miles coming up.
Yeah.
Woo!
Do it.
Yeah, we are on the edge of a straight drop off now. We're just began our major descent down into the main canyon toward Angel's Landing. And it's just straight drop off right here. We're just walking on this ledge, you can see it.
So Will and I decided not to do Angel's Landing. There's just, I mean, there's literally 200-300 people
More than that.
on this thing.
1,000 people.
I mean, look at this. There's people everywhere. Crazy amount of people, man. I mean, we got just as good of a view right here. Look at that. So we're gonna skip out on the Angel's Landing part and just continue on down and finish this hike.
Last 2.5 down to the Virgin River and the grotto. Here we go. Let's finish this.
Well, Johnny, here we are at Zion National.
Take two.
It's got me! What? 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 What?
Dude, you look like a monkey. Chick. It's inconceivable. 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 It was unbelievable in the Grand Canyon. This is inconceivable. This is my breakfast of champions again, by the way, my thermonuclear fueled homemade DIY super fuel.
Super fuel.
Seemed to work pretty good yesterday. I'm going to hit a little bit of it But because it's so cold, and I left this out to chill because I didn't think it'd be cold, I'm going to be drinking a cold drink when it's already in the low 30s and it was freezing.
Yeah.
Don't let it worry you that it's slightly green in color. I swear to God, there's no organic health food in this thing. I don't know where the green colors come from. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Will. Listen to the birds.
It's a beautiful morning.
Here we go, man.
Beautiful up here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Awesome. And of course, unbelievable. Someone had to go poo really bad. All right, first rappel done. Johnny and I just came down. I'd say that's not 25 feet, but we're doing a hand rappel. So, I mean, right there. Thank God I got a kung fu grip. All those years of practice, baby. Say magnitude, insane, and unbelievable 3 times in a row, real fast.
Magnitude, insane, unbelievable. Magnitude, insane, unbelievable. Magnitude, insane, unbelievable. Now you try it.
I won't even try it. He's stupid. No way, man. Fucker. Trans-Zion! We're not in the subway! Woo! Gene Simmons!
And we got about 2.5 more miles to camp.
And some more Alanis Morissette.
See? Told you I wasn't lying.